Good morning students, welcome for today's session. I am here for mathematics of class 8. So students, in previous session we completed chapter 3rd understanding quadrilateral. So now today we'll start new chapter, that is data handling. So let's understand students. So students, here data handling. So data handling can be said as data means data could be a fact, number, words, observation, events. Handling means like that we can arrange the data in a way, and we can organize the data in the way that it is become more informative. Okay, and now question is rises that how we organize and arrange. So we have some step here. So define questions, set clear measurement, collect data, analyze data, interpret and represent graphically. So how will represent graphically? We have pictograph, bar graph, double bar graph, histogram, pie charts. So students, all these we will study in this chapter. Okay, so students, let's start from data. So data means it is a collection. It is a collection of fact, number, it is a collection of words, it is a collection of observation and events. So students, it is a collection of number, word, fact, etc gathered to give some information. So all when we collect in a way that is give us information. Okay students, so students, in your day-to-day life you might have come across information such as runs made a batsman in a last 10 test matches, number of wickets taken by a bowler in a last 10 ODI, marks scored by a student of your class in mathematics, number of students present in a day in a month of a class. So here we are collecting information, so that the information collected in such cases is called data. Understood students, what is data? All these are for support in each and every match you are make a record that how much runs made by the batsman. In similar way goes up to 10 test matches. So the record of all is the data is said to be, the whole information is collected by user data. So students, data is usually collected in the context of a situation that we want to study. For example, a teacher may like to know the average height of students in her class. To find these, she will write the height of all the students in her class, organize the data in a systematic manner and then interpret it accordingly. Okay students, so sometime the data is represented in a graphical way, graphically, to give a clear idea of what is represents. Do you remember in previous class you learn about the pictograph, bar graph? Similar way all these the data will represent on these in the such a way, in the graphical way. Okay, these are following. Since here is a pictograph, pictorial representation of data using symbols. So here it is, here you can see it is a production of car. Okay, that is produced in each July month, August month and September. So each card is representing 100 cars. Okay, so in a pictograph this in July month 2 car and 1 is half, so it's showing that 100 car and then 50. So overall is 250 car produced on the month of July. Similar way student, in August 3 cars, 3 picture are drawn here of cars. So means each car represent 100 car. So 100 then 100, it is total number are 300 car. Okay student, and now in the September 4 car drawn here. So each car represent to 100 cars. So overall cars produced on that month is 400. So understood student? Now students, it is an example of bar graph. Okay, you can see here bar is like a chocolate bar. Okay, similar way bar is a rectangular form, you can see here. So a display of information using bar of uniform width, their heights being proportional to the respective values. Okay, so you can see here number of students in the class 8 and here are years. So in 2003 and 4 here are 100 students. So what we observing by the bar graph here, we are observing, we are getting some information there. In 2007 and 8 the maximum number of strength of the students are here. okay, and the minimum is 2003 and 4. So by observing these such a type of the graphical way, we can easily communicate. It is more informative. We represent the data in more informative. Okay, next is double bar graph. So since a bar graph showing two set of data simultaneously, it is useful for comparison of the data. So generally you will see that in the cricket match also, it is just in the double bar graph we represent the score by the two team at the same over, that how much runs scored by a team and another B team. Similar way, students, here is a comparison of the marks of the students. Similar way, students, right now we are taken as marks obtained by a student here. So we can represent the marks in the 2 years. So it is, now you can see in horizontal ways are the subjects, and vertical way the marks obtained by the students in the 2 year 2005 and 6 and 2006 and 7. So student, here you can see that the marks in mathematics in previous year, means 2005 and 6 is very less, and then 6 and 7 is more. So how it is become more informative to us, like here are some questions we easily able to answer that what is the information given by the double bar graph. So double bar graph is just showing to answer that scored, how much scored obtained by the students in a 2 years. Second thing is that in which subject has the performance improved the most. So you can see that in which subject improved the most, here improved most. So similar way, students, such type the questions generally gives the answer by direct observing the graph. Now, organizing data available to us in an unorganized form called raw data. So since here is example of raw data, means unorganized data. So now we'll see how we organize the data, means raw data. Okay, so here a group of students was asked for their favorite subjects. The result were art, maths, these. So here students, suppose there are some students, if you ask that which is your favorite subject, so one by one students said like this. So now I am saying that which is one question to this, suppose it's written here, and one question to you that which is the most liked subject and the one least liked. So by observing this you are able to answer. Okay, so how will able to answer? So yes, we first arrange in such a way that that is in tabular form. Okay, so now we'll first write the subject, then tally marks, then number of students. Okay, so subjects then replied by the students here: art, maths, science and English. Okay, so count how many students said that art is their best subject. Yeah, they like most. 7 students said. So mark, tally marks, as you know that 1 2 3 4, then 5th is oblique, then 6 7. Okay, so number of students are 7, those like art. Then maths 5, science 6, English 4. Now student, you able to answer that which is the most liked subject and the one least liked. So yes, that is art, and English is the very least liked subject here. So now students, I think hope you observe that what is the difference between unorganized data and organized data. Unorganized data is given that is answered by the students. Okay, and organized in a way such that right now you able to answer, and it is a become more informative. Okay, so in this table, this is a tabular form. Okay, so students, here number of students means it is frequency. So frequency means frequency give the number of time that a particular entry occur. So you can see that art said by the, means replied by the students, 7 students said their most liked subject is art. Okay students, so that is said to be frequency here. So students, those like the maths, the frequency is 5, means 5 students only like maths. Science 6 and English 4. So students, frequency of student who like English, it is 4. Okay, so now students, this table this whole table is known as frequency distribution table. Okay, so hope you understood, students, how to organize and what are the benefit after to organize the data to raw data. As you know that it is unorganized data like this. Okay students, it is third video of today's session. In previous video you learn the organization of the data, what are the benefit of that. So now we'll see the grouping of data, need of grouping data. So students, here the following marks out of 50 obtained in a mathematics by 60 students of a class 8. So here marks are written. So student, here in previous one you learned that frequency distribution table. In such a way, if you'll do, so you have to write the marks of each. Means here are 50 values. Okay, so what are the minimum? Then means you have to write each and everything. Something is repeating, so no problem. So you can see that if you write the whole table, whole the observation in a table, then you will see the table is become more, means it is too big and it is very difficult to manage that. So students, in this case we group the data, we group the marks like that: 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 40 marks. Okay, so similar way students, here is a table in which we group the data like that: 0 to 10 marks obtained by 2 students, 10 to 20, then 10 to 20 there are 10 students having marks between 10 to 20. Okay, in third one 20 to 30, so 21 students are those have marks between 20 to 30, and then 30 to 40, 19 students are here, and then 40 to 50, 7 students, and then 50 to 60, only 1 student here who scored full marks. So only 1 student obtained full marks out of 60 students. So student, hope you understood that why the need of the grouping data, otherwise it is become very big and huge amount of data. And here the data representation in this manner is said to be grouped, and the distribution obtained is called grouped frequency distribution. Okay, so here you can see here 0 and 10. So what is these? The left side value, all these left side values known as lower limit, and the right side here 10, then all these right side, this is u means upper limit. Okay student, and it's a telemarks. And frequency is same. Earlier in previous video I said to you that frequency means the repetition. Okay, yeah, here is number of students are that obtain the marks between the in each group. Now observing this table, you can answer that most of the students have scored. So most of the students scored between 20 to 40, 20 to 30, 21 students, and 30 to 40, 19. So most students scored between 20 to 40 marks. Okay student, and 8 students scored marks more than 40. Okay, and student, here in the C, this group 0 to 10, 10 to 40, these are known as class interval also. And left side is lower limit and upper side is, means this is right side is known as upper limit. Okay, and the width of the class is 10. How 10? You can see the difference of each group is 10. 30 to 30 minus 20 is 10, 20 minus 10 is 10. Okay, one more thing student, you have to keep in your mind that suppose a student scored 20 marks. Okay, in which group will add this data, these marks? It will group in this group or in this group? Yes student, it is always will keep it in this group, because it is 20 is upper limit here. The upper limit values never come in particular class, that is goes to another class. Okay, so here marks obtained by the student is 20, that is will show it here. Okay, study about histogram and what is the difference between bar graph and histogram. Let us again consider the group frequency distribution of the mark obtained by 60 students in mathematics test, which is here. Students, you can see in the table, here is the class interval, is the group of marks of 0 to 10 and 10 to 20, similar way 50 to 60. Okay student, so the number of students those obtain the marks between 0 to 10 are 2, and 10 to 20 10, 20 to 30 21, and 30 to 40 19 students. So similar way students, these are number of students are 60. Here you can see a representation of the data. So here in the horizontal way, the marks of the students which is obtained by the students here, and then again the number of students. Okay student, so here you can see the marks between 0 to 10. How many students are here? Only 2. Okay, and then 10 to 20, 10 students. So here you can see this. Another 20 to 30 is 21. So you can see, and then 19 means 40 to 50, 30 to 40, then 40 to 50 is 7 student only, and then 1 student which obtained from marks 50 to 60 is only 1. So students, in previous session we did understand about the bar graph, and now you can see there is difference or not. Okay, so here it is a big difference between bar graph and this. So what is this? This is student, it is a histogram. So students, in this figure the height of the bar, here is these are the bars. So height of the bar shows the frequency this of the class interval. Okay, and you can see there is no gap, here is no gap between the bars. Okay, the graphical representation of data in this manner is called histogram. Now student, understand the comparison between histogram and bar graph. So first is element. Okay, so element are grouped together. You see in the histogram that it is in group, in this class 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 10 20 to 30. But in bar graph, elements are taken in individual like entities. It is present. So in histogram it is quantitative data, and in bar graph categorical data. Okay, and there is spaces. So here bar touch each other, no space. So here you can see means bar is like this without gap. Okay, but in bar graph there is gap is like this, one rectangle bar, another bar, and then another bar. So here is gap. Okay students, and now third, width of the bar. So you can see here the width means this width. Okay, it is same, but in the bar graph it could be, sometime it could be like this, and sometime it could be this, and sometime it could be this. So here you can see the width this it is a difference in theory, but here you can see all time it is same. So width this is a same here. Okay, here is a mistaken little. So you can understand difference between the histogram and bar graph. Start new exercise 5.1 and do all the questions one by one. So now see question number 1. For which of these would you use a histogram to show the data? So students, part here are 4 parts A, B, C, D. So let's see the number of letters for different area in a postman's bag. Second, the height of competitors in a athletics meet. C, the number of cassettes produced by 5 companies. D, the number of passenger boarding trains from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at a station. Give reason for each. So students, in the following parts we have to check that in which we able to draw histograms. So students, let's check one by one the number of letters for different area in a postman's bag. So students, here we can't group the area. Okay, we can't group that area, so we unable to draw histogram for this, because we know that to be drawn histogram we needs data should be in class interval. Okay, as we seen in earlier, the marks of the students was obtained from 10 to 20, means in previous video 20 to 30, like in such a way. Okay students, so here we can't group the area so we can't draw a histogram for this. Okay, so now in B part, the height of competitors. Yes student, in this we can draw histograms. So yes, here is no. Why we can draw? Suppose you know that the height is vary from 140 to 170. Suppose only. Okay, so 140 to 160. Okay, so we can make a group here, 140 to 145, 145 to 150. Okay, similar way till 160. So students, here we can draw histograms. So okay, now C part, the number of cassettes produced by 5 companies. So again students, we can't make a group of companies here. These are the individual. So we can draw in A and C only bar graph, but not histograms. So hope you understood student. So here also no. Okay, let's see D part. The number of passenger boarding trains from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yes, here you know that the times is in regularities, means we can make interval of that, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., then so on. Okay student, so in the D part, B and D part, we can draw histogram. So students, solution here we know that the histogram is a graphical representation of data if the data represented using class interval. Since the cases mentioned in B and D can be divided into class interval, means histogram can be shown the data. Similarly, since in case mentioned in A and C can't be divided into class interval. Okay, so histogram can't be drawn. So here question number 2. The shoppers who come to a departmental store are marked as for man. If man come there, means M, for men, then W, and then girl means G, the boy B. The following list gives the shoppers who come during the first 4 hours in the morning. So students, here you see the observation, that is raw information collected and written here. Okay, so now we have to make a frequency distribution with tally marks and draw bar graph for this. Yes, we can draw only bar graph here because there are individual identity here, individual data is here. So students, in the shop, man, woman, boy and girl comes only. Okay, first we have to draw the tally marks and frequency. So here W for woman, G for girl, boy, and then men. So okay students, so now we'll count how many M are here and how many W's are here, and then boy, and similar way girls. So if we'll count, the number of men are 15 here. Okay, and number of women are 28 here. And similar way, as you know that how to mark the tally marks, first we'll do 5 bar horizontally, vertically, then oblique. 1 2 3 4 and 5 is aligned, 1 2 3 and 5, so 5 5 5. So each this, it is a group, it represent to 5, 10 and then 15. Okay, similar way you can draw all. So number of women 28 and boys are 5 and girls 12. So overall 60 shoppers come to departmental store. So now student, we have to represent the bar graph of these table. And student, the table made is known as frequency distribution table. Okay, so students, one question also can remind that why I am saying that it frequency distribution table to it, because as it gives the number of time an entry occurs. So number of men, how many times, the frequency. Okay student, that's why it is a frequency distribution table. Now here the graph, you can use the graph paper also, and by scale, by making a regular interval marked in regular interval. So student, here category of the shoppers means man, woman, boy and girl, and here number of shoppers. So we'll mark one by one. And student, as you know that we are drawing the bar graph. So bar graph means it is should be in rectangle in the form of bar. So here you can see number of mans are 15 there. So 15 just come here. Okay, so this could be so bar like this. Okay, so with the help of the scale you can draw this. Okay, and now number of women are 28, so 28 are lies like something here below 30, so it is here. So draw bar, you can see number of women are 28, so write 28. You can write above also this bar. And next number of boys, those are 5 only, like this. Now number of girls are 12, so just here could be like this. So with the help of the scale you can draw. So students, it is a desired bar graph of the given data. Similar way you can do any other questions. Question number 3rd. The weekly wages in rupees of 30 workers in a factory are 830, 835, 890, 810, 835, 836, 869. Similar way students, this like this. Okay, so using telemarks, make a frequency table with interval as 800 to 810, 810 to 820, and so on. So students, you can see here this data which is given here observation. So it is ungrouped data. So here is we have to first divide in group data. Okay, so then how will divide? So you know that first we'll make in the these are the class interval given, and then we have to make a telemarks, then we'll write the frequency. Okay, those number are lies between 800 to 810. Similar way 810 to 820 means in each class interval. So how to do, let's see. Here is a figure is table is drawn. So here first column is class interval, second is telemarks, and then frequency. So class here 800 to 810 to here you can see it is last 890 to 900. Okay student, so now first we'll do one by one. First class interval is 800 to 810. So we have to do here all observation, all the data, so which is lies between 800 to 809 only, means less than 810 will take here. Okay, so see, after observing data, the frequency is 3, means 3 data are less than 810 and more than 800. So a frequency is 3. So telemarks is like that, 2 and 3. And now students, similarly more than 810 and then less than 820. It is by observing these are only 2. Here 810 and 812, only 2 observation we have, which is lies in this class. Now draw the telemarks for this class, only 2. Now third class interval is 820 to 830. So here observing this data only 820, which is lies in this class only. You know that here is the lower limit. If anything is which is equal to the this class interval upper limit, either lower limit, then it always goes to lower limit. So 820 is lies in this class interval. Now next class 830 to 840. By observing the data, we here 9 observation which is lies in this class. Similar way 840 to 850, there's 5 observations. 5 observations are lies in this class interval. Then 850 to 60 we have 1 observation. Then 860 to 870 3 observation. Then 870 to 881, and then 880 to 890 is 1, but 890 to 900 4. Okay student, so now mark the telemarks 9 2 3 4, then this 1 2 3 4, then 5 2 3 4 5 oblique 1 only, and then 3 4, then 1 1, last 4. Okay student, this 4. Now you can say it is a grouped data. Okay, so we can give answer of that, which is the highest wages here. You can see it is 832, 840. So okay students, question number 4. Draw a histogram for the frequency table made for the data in question number 3rd and answer the following questions. Which group has the maximum number of workers? How many workers earn rates 850 and more? And third, how workers earn less than rupees 850? So students, here from question number 3rd, that one we did in previous video, from this table we have to make a histogram. This is the wages earned by the workers in a week, and it is a frequency. Those lies between the money amount, that is 830 to 840 rupees, like this only student. All the intervals form here. So let's do to we give the answer of the following question. First we'll draw the histogram. So here you can see two liners, one is vertical and second is horizontal. In horizontal way, so it is the wages in rupees, and in vertical way it is the number of workers. Okay students, so you can see in this table the interclass interval 800 to 810, that is the number of employees are 3. So the scale, it is a height. So histogram, as you know, it is drawn only in group data. Okay, so here is the height of the bar, rectangle is here 3. Okay, now in another class you can see 810 to 820 is 2 only. Now we'll draw 810 to 820 is 2 only, so it will be here 2 centimeter in vertical direction. Join this, so it is 2. And now third, 820 to 830 is 1 only. So now we'll draw for 1 centimeter in vertical way. It is like this. Okay student, so it is 1. Now 830 to 840 is 9 employees. So 830 to 840 is 9. Right here 9. Next, so similar way student, we can draw all the bars for the given data. Similar way student, we can draw till 890. Now last is 890 to 900, that is the frequency is 4. So 4 centimeter, as you know that one, here are the gaps of 1 centimeter only. So join this line and then 4. Okay students, so here is the histograms is drawn for the question number 3rd. Okay, now we'll answer the following question. Question number 1, which group has the maximum number of workers? So students, you can observe that histogram. You can see where is the height is maximum, that is in 9. So in group 830 to 40 has the maximum number of workers. Now let's see question number 2. How many workers earn rupees 850 and more? Question number 2. Okay students, how many workers earn rates 850 and more? So here you can see 850 is here, and now from here it is lower limit should be, because we have to search the more than 850 and more than 850. Okay, so here from this, so add all these 4, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 workers earn equal and more than 850 rupees. Now students, the last question number 3rd, how many workers earn less than rupees 850? So again observe the histogram. So less than 850 means the highest class is 840 to 850. So from here, so from this point to this point, so add all these 9 plus 5, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So students, here 20 workers earn less than rupees 850. Okay students, Number fifth, the number of hours for which a student of a particular class watched television during holidays is shown through the given graph. So students, here is histograms given. Here you can see in horizontal way hours of TV was per day and number of students in vertical way. So you can see in histogram. Then by observing this histogram, we have to answer the following question. Question number 1: for how many hours did the maximum numbers of students was TV? Okay. Second is how many students was TV for less than 4 hours, and third, how many students spent more than 5 hours in watching TV? So let's see. Do question number 1. For how many hours did the maximum number of students watch TV? So students, you can observe the following histograms, and we have to find the maximum number of students to watch TV. So here you can see maximum. So you can see the height of the bars are here is in this group. So it means 4 to 5 hours. 32 students watch TV. So how many hours? The answer of the question number 1, 4 to 5 hours, and 32 students watch TV. Okay, let's do question number 2. How many students watch TV for less than 4 hours? So less than 4 hours means here. So you can see less than 4 hours. 3 to 4 means this class comes into less than 4. So 4, then 22 plus 8 plus 4. Add up all 22, 8, 30. 30, then 22 plus 8, 30 plus 4. That is 34 students. Those watch TV for less than 4 hours. The last question: how many students spend more than 5 hours in watching TV? So more than 5 means it goes to here 5th to 6th, and then 7. Only 2 groups, class interval 5 to 6 and 6 to 7. So here 8 plus 6 is 14. So students, 14 students spend more than 5 hours in watching TV.